With great difficulty.
Yeah, right? Dude, whenever I'm like going back to soccer after being months off, I'm just like I'm like eating like a week before and I'm like, God, soccer starts soon. I should probably go for a run or something. I'm like, I'll just fucking deal with it. And then my first practice back, I'm like sucking wind, just like I just like could barely even breathe from running around. Ugh.
Yeah, fuck. My gym's finally open or opening,
Mm.
so I can't wait. Uh, yeah, I know.
I should
Yeah,
start
I
going
can't
back to
wait.
the
I can't
gym.
wait for that to actually start going, because
Mm.
like I'm fit because I play like sport all year round.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm fucked.
Dude,
I'm good in my legs, not in my stomach.
I haven't been to the gym ever since COVID hit. And I'm like, I need to start going again. Because usually the way it goes is that I'll gym in the new year up until like April, and then I get too busy, so then I can't. And then usually I'll start back up in the winter. But because of
Yeah.
COVID, I just like haven't gymmed it. I didn't gym at all. Or I gymmed a little bit in 2020, and then I haven't touched the place in 2021 yet.
Oh, we're finally running up. Okay, so we're without Mystic. Are we going live soon?
We've been live for 5 minutes.
Ah, awesome. I didn't know
Surprise!
if you I didn't know if you told me already.
Oh god.
I don't know if I've swore so far.
Okay, not to just like try and restart this conversation that we had from last week, but guess what games I was playing on Saturday night this past week?
Oh, were you playing Charged?
Mm-mm. I wish. I was playing Wii though.
Um, so was it Wii Sports?
Yeah, that was one of them, 100%.
Um,
The other one's not as well known for Wii,
for Wii.
but
Um,
it's an iconic game.
can I get a hint?
I can't, or else you'd guess it right away. Pork
Is it
chops with the
Mario?
5 months
Is
sub.
it
No,
is it Mario?
group game. Group game. Think about a group.
Group game. Just Dance.
No, more than two people.
We can do more than two people in Just Dance.
Yeah, I guess so.
Um,
But
what
come on,
kind of genre?
I can't, or else you're gonna get it. Just think about that. If I give you the genre, you're gonna guess it. And once you guess it, or once I tell you, you're gonna understand that I can't give you any hints because you're just gonna guess it.
This makes it hard because um,
Come on, iconic, man.
iconic.
It was not Mario Party Pork Chops. It was like a spin-off of another game, and then that original game came back and made their own version of that game. Do you want me to just tell you?
Is it Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games?
No, no, no. It was Rock Band.
Ah, see, I wouldn't have got that.
See how I couldn't tell you? I couldn't give you a hint.
Yeah, I see what you mean by that now.
I couldn't
If you,
give you
it
any
has
sort
to do
of
with
hint.
playing music. Oh, Rock Band. Yeah,
Yeah,
I get what you mean by that.
yeah.
Well, I got on Mario Strikers Charge Football just to send you the team sheet. I didn't end up playing. I just wanted to send in the team sheet.
Oh my. I need to get that download. I didn't get that figured out yet.
No, that was on my actual Wii though, not my PC.
I gotcha. But you want to do your intro now before we run out of time?
Oh, sure. Oh wait, my food's here. No, kidding. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Midwest F1 League. My name is Stat, and I'm here with my co-host Crash, and we're here in Russia for the Russian Grand Prix here in Midwest. How are we, Crash?
Pretty good. This This is one of my favorite tracks, simply put. Just to drive it is just, I don't know, it's fun to drive in game. I know it doesn't carry over to IRL and viewing and whatnot, but just playing it in the game is a really fun track. So I'm looking forward
definitely.
to it.
It just seems like in real life no one actually really likes this track. It's a bit boring, but then racing it actually in the game, quite fun.
Yeah, I know that big swooping left-hand turn. I pull up my track map. That big one turn of turn 3 there. It's actually a really fun turn because the whole way around you can gain speed and keep increasing your RPMs.
Oh yeah.
It looks like Scabney's gonna be the first to have an opportunity to set a time. You just got tagged for another invite from Random Serious. He's getting a little bit of glitch. As well as Jacko's got a qualifying ban this week, so we'll keep that in mind.
Who do I need to... What?
Oh, did you see? Okay, once we're in it and everything, but there was an injury in one of our faithful observers this past week.
What was there?
Did you hear about that?
Did Hannah get wine drunk?
No, she got broken leg drunk.
Like, actually?
Yeah, she broke her leg.
What? As if?
Yeah, Nikki sent in the fractures as well.
What? When was this?
She slipped on black ice when she was on a run.
Oh,
and
no.
she did a good number.
See, I was just trying to make a joke including Hannah, and it actually turns out to be Hannah.
Yeah, no, it is. It looks like Nikki says her leg, but the x-rays show her ankle here, so looks like her ankle.
Got it.
If Hannah, you're in here, we wish you the best and speedy recovery. No, I broke my leg running and slipped on black ice. Yeah. Okay, yeah, it was Hannah. There you go.
Yeah. Oh, Nikki sets a fuss.
That lasted
Hannah
about
would
a
have been
second.
upset.
Oh.
Well, we definitely know Hannah's here, because what else is she doing? It's not like she's going out for a run.
Okay. Why are you gonna do that?
Hannah, we enjoy your company here.
Honestly, embarrassing how small of a slip it was and how much damage it did. Yeah, you know, shit happens, simply put.
Little things can do a lot of damage.
That is... I wanted to say something, but I don't know how much we're allowed to.
Here at the
Get
Midwest
loose
F1
here.
League, we do not like being serious.
Except random series.
Except random serious.
There you go, Hannah.
But he's serious in a random way.
Exactly. Hannah gets a gifted sub.
Hey. See, Hannah liked my joke.
No, I gave her the gifted sub. She hasn't said anything since. But
Oh, you gifted the sub.
I
I
gifted.
thought she subbed.
Yeah, she does something. She has subbed in the past, though. She does something that you don't do, and that's support the league.
This sucks.
Okay, who do we got? We got Honda leading the charge out the get-go here. No Mystic Joker, which we haven't really brought up yet. He's kind of unfortunately no-showed the lobby this evening, so we hope him the best. And if he is going through some things, this is usually a very consistent driver here, but hopefully that is only a one-off in this situation. But right now, Honda is in a league of its own, near about 6/10 ahead of MX Bloxham. So right now, MX Bloxham is leading the charge to try and make up the ground to him. Right now, I'm on board with Enrique. He's starting the third sector here. He's got a couple more turns in 17 and 18 to finish up. We'll have to see where he winds up right now.
Yelmir
Pork
just
chops.
coming over the line now. Yelmir goes
Sixth quickest in the Haas for Yolmir, and then replaced by Enrique, 6th in the Alfa Romeo. You know, I've said it once before, Stat, but I'm going to say it again. These Red Bulls really need to get a move on here.
Oh yeah. Well, I think the Red Bulls also struggled last season as well.
No, they did pretty decent.
Did they?
Yeah, I'll check that. I'll
Which
peek that
team?
quick.
There was one team who just struggled all season. I forget which one it was.
It's Williams.
Oh, I'm probably thinking of Red Bull in Div 2 last year.
Yeah, it's Williams that really had
Oh no, that was even Ferrari though.
the struggle.
Anyway.
Yeah, and Ferrari as well, but now it's kind of flipped the switch, and Ferrari, at least, is they're leading the charge right now, of course, with JC as well as Jacko. Or J Chase. I need to stop calling him JC, and unfortunately, Scavney invalidates. One man that also needs to get a move on is the number 2 driver for Mercedes, that being Clogmonger. Just hasn't gone his way this season. He had a top 5 finish last year at Singapore, which was his best, but he's looking to try and recreate magic some point soon here, as he's starting to run out of time, as well as he's in the relegation battle with both of those Red Bulls as well as Noganator in that pink Mercedes. Now, just going off of what we've got today, I think Jinnit needs to have a solid day and hopefully try and pick up the slack that, unfortunately, Mystic Joker has kind of left him here. Because he's going to be in tough here.
He's kind of shouldering the McLaren team for today.
Exactly.
Which is unfortunate for him and the team, but it's just what he has to do at the moment.
See what Clogmonger is able to do here. Just going through Sector 3, he's got 4 turns to finish up here. This one here, that being turn 15, is a little tough. You gotta try and take it sharp, or it's the lay of the land, depending on how you want to go at it. It's so different. You can't take it too sharp, as you're going to find yourself up on top of the curb and losing traction into the next turn, but he ends up going 11th. What's your earlier predictions here? We kind of fallen away from our predictions.
I think it's a little bit outlandish to say Honda's not going to get a good result.
Good word.
It'll be unexpected if it doesn't happen. But you almost need to, especially with the absence of Mystic, you almost need to kind of say, okay, who's coming second?
In a way, yes, and right now the guy in second is Kenny, as he just sets the second quickest lap in this Grand Prix.
And only off by 700ths as well.
So
that's
yeah,
a very impressive time.
He puts out a solid...
Please, Kenny, make me eat my words.
Yeah, I would love to, but it's just unfortunate the way that it's gone so far, is that Honda and Mystic have just separated themselves entirely from the pack. And it'd be good to see a little bit more battle, and a couple of guys that come to mind about taking that step would be Kenny, Cam, as well as Jacko, to kind of get into that fight, but they're just like seemingly trying to stretch as much as they can each lap to even stay close to those 2 drivers, and with one of them not being here today, it's just going to make it even harder.
But I guess we'll just have to see how it all goes.
You know, I'm feeling a Kenny podium.
Oh, you'd hope so.
Yeah.
You just for the season he's had so far.
Because you remember last year, he was constantly up in the Drivers' Championship podium nearly every race, but he just couldn't win. He was just pumping out these seconds and thirds every race, as it seemed, and then finally he got his podium, or he got his win in Hungary. We get back on board with Scavney here. He's in the Haas, trying to set his first time. Do you know who's the next to set a time there, Stat?
What's that, sorry?
Do you know who's next to set a time?
Looks like Pink, then a Mercedes, another Pink, I think they're just starting their laps.
That's Noganator as he improves into 12th.
Kenny's next, but he's into the pits. Loxon is behind him, but into the pits. Cam is on an outlap behind him. Behind that is, I think, Nikki, who's coming into the pits.
Well, it'll be easier to pick out Jinnit this race.
Is on a time. Oh, yeah.
Because he's the only orange one on track. Simply put.
Comes over the line. Does improve to third place.
Goes third. And actually, Honda improved his time as well and separates that gap to 7/10.
Next is a Haas. It's the Haas of Yolmir. Currently on an outlap though. That won't count.
Cam goes purple through sector 1.
JC. 4 seconds up, so nope. Next is
ZGS. Scavney's invalidated. The ZGS and then either Random Series or Noganator.
CGS is on outlap. I think this is Random Series. The Random Series is invalidated. Coming into the pits. Log currently on an outlap, but he's around the other side. This is Honda coming into the pits. Racing Point into the pits. Alpha Tower is coming around the corner. That'll be held.
Looks like Cam's missed some major time, and he just kind of chalks that lap up. After going purple through sector 1, he just couldn't continue the pace and just invalidates the rest of it and is off into the pit. Oh. So while we got a little bit of a break here, I'll go through the pre-race questions that was asked by yours truly. Going through the North Pole question, is Sochi better in game or watching IRL? And the only man to vote for it to be better watching IRL, and if you're not hip, that being in real life, so actually watching the race in F1, the only person to vote that was Jacko. Everyone else that voted agreed that it was just better to do it in game, which is kind of along with our suspicions there.
Which is kind of fair enough.
Yeah. Different strokes for different folks, as they say.
Oh yeah. Here at Midwest F1, we love a good stroke.
And not the one to do with the heart. ZGS going 7th, as the Red Bulls both are in the top 10, so much needed positions from those drivers there. See Barry's finishing up Sector 3 here. We'll have to see where he's going to wind up. I'm going to guess, without even properly knowing his time, I'm going to chalk him up for 10th. Oh, 12th. That's pretty close. That's pretty good. The next over is Yolmir, but he's a second and a half off his initial pace. Scavney on an outlap. Enrique as well. JC. So we've got actually a little bit more time before another lap is set. So one of the proper questions for the pre-race was, in your memory, what was your worst DNF? And we'll just go straight to Mayomir, with Mayomir saying, Monaco, I'm an idiot for retiring. Lesson learned, never, ever retire. So that's kind of something we try and reward here in the Midwest F1 League. Even if you're not having a good race, just finish it off and you'll get points. And they'll help you later on in the season. So you kind of learned that lesson.
Yes.
As well, Nikki responded with, yeah, we know. And I imagine he's talking about lap 25 in Japan. Do you think he is as well? With that infamous crash. Season 1 seemed so long ago. And then the second question, simply put, what was your best race in competitive racing? Or what was your best race finish? And we'll go to Scavney here. He had Zenith Online Racing Season 4 in Canada. Won the race with last lap pass at the Wall of Champions in Canada. So,
oh shit.
Oh, what?
Stuff.
Oh, Scheiße. That's crazy.
Have you seen? There's a clip of in a TV show. I forget which one it is. It's got like Donald Glover in it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And Ryan. No, that's not Ryan Seacrest. Someone else.
Matt
it's like
Damon.
Yeah, is it?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's got Donald Glover or whatever, but it's like they're trying to lie to someone about what they're about to do. And he's like, I'm fighting.
Oh,
I couldn't
God.
think of another word. Like that's the actual thing. It's like, what do you mean? Why did you say that? Why could you say another word? It's like I couldn't think of another word. He's like, what he meant to say is we were fighting. Yeah, it is really hard.
I don't know what show you're talking about. I can't.
I forget what it's called.
JC improves his time, but doesn't really improve his position all too much. Qualifying is kaput. Cam still without a time, as is Random Serious. Next over the line seems to be an Alfa Romeo. I believe that'd be Yolmir. He actually goes purple through Sector 2. He's just under a half a second back of his fastest lap, so he's going to look to improve at least one position if he can keep that pace up. Who's after him there? Which pink Mercedes is that? That's Random Serious, okay. So Mamir goes fourth. That's a huge position from him. Random Serious to set his first time over the line in seventh. Seabury next, invalidated. Is that Scavney? Scavney finally going to set a proper time, followed by Honda. Scavney going 14th. Honda into the pit. Down to Cam we go. Cam also setting his first time. Behind is Helg. Cam goes 4th. Helg goes 10th. Nicky behind him. Nicky around the final turn. Nicky still in 13th. JC into the pit. Noganator, and that is a boot it.
A boot.
A boot. That's a boot it.
Jacko, oh yeah, sorry. I was about to say Jacko didn't set a time, but of course he's not allowed to.
This just in.
Apologies. It's just in my head.
Yeah. Man, I'm out of my drink. Let me know when your food's here and I'll leave at the same time to go get another drink.
Just the booth is empty.
Yeah, just we both just leave. No, I'm just kidding. Leviathan, you here tonight? I haven't seen anything from you. You busy? You busy on a Thursday? You finding something better to do on your Thursday? But we'll run down the order quickly here. But surprise, surprise, we got Honda up at the top. Jinnit going second, Kenny going third, Cam going fourth. Mailmere with a solid 5th place start. MX Bloxham trying to get his way out of relegation in 6th. JC in 7th, Random Series 8th, Yelmir 9th, Helg rounding out the top 10. We got ZGS 11th, Enrique 12th, Nicky 13th, Seabury 14th, Scavney 15th, Noganator 16th, Clogmonger 17th. Porkchop setting his only time on the mediums, actually, weirdly enough, in 18th, and Jacko going 19th, and unfortunately the 20-person grid is not a thing for us this evening. But we actually got a couple of follows here in the last little bit, in Viral Hunter and CoinKit, so very much appreciated from those people. If you're in chat, be sure to say hello. It is very much appreciated. Anyone that does give us any sort of chat input, we try and talk to the chat as much as possible, or at least I do. Stat doesn't care. Stat could care less about the chat, but I don't. But going back to our previous question on what was your best race in competitive racing, we'll go to Nikki, where he says still probably won from that race, even though it was a DNF. So he's still back talking about that. Japan. As well as Helg responded, best race in competitive racing would have to be Hungary last season. Ended up crossing the line in first, and I managed my hard tires really well with really good pace to stay ahead of Kenny on the softs. Unfortunately, we received a 3-second penalty, and Kenny had 0 penalties for the first time ever that season, when he usually averages 9 seconds of penalties every other race. Still a little salty about that, Kenny, he says. So a little bit of fun banter as well. But Jacko responding, again, best is difficult to define. I'll have to nominate my highest profile win, which was AOR Top Tier Singapore in F1 2014, because at the time I was regarded as the top flight with esports not around yet. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Ooh.
Listen to that. He even posted in a YouTube link of the finish as well.
Now, for those in the chat who would like some words of wisdom, a foolish man complains about his torn pocket. A wise man uses it to scratch his balls.
What? Where did that come from? Who asked for that?
I said, if anyone would like some words of wisdom,
okay,
I had
all
it
right.
for him.
Okay, Hannah, so think about it like this. A girl sitting on the couch with a broken ankle cannot move. But a girl sitting on the couch with a broken ankle can constantly get her boyfriend to bring her wine.
Ooh. Like Nicky the Servant.
Exactly. He's got no choice now. He has to. What is he gonna say? No? Like, fuck. So, do you guys have winners? True, but wine doesn't mix well with pain meds. That's what you think, Hannah.
Well, no, it just accelerates.
Yeah, exactly.
Wine.
It's like you're constantly having a glass of wine with the shot of NOS.
If rubbing alcohol is for outside boo-boos, then drinking alcohol is for inside boo-boos.
Exactly. Yeah. This is all making sense, Hannah. Just think, you just need less wine. It's saving you money.
Yeah, it's saving money.
You're getting doped up by the hospital.
Have a glass and you're there. You're done.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, like, I mean, I'd be lying if I said I want some sort of, like, alcoholic booster. I mean, it's like when you're in high school where you're drinking on the cheap, so you just don't eat all day, and then you go to a party and have one beer, and then you're shittered.
Exactly.
Yeah. You know that...
That's what we like to see.
That saying, work smart, not hard, it also applies to getting drunk as well.
Means smarter, not harder?
Yeah, you know, work smarter, not harder. Yeah. It also applies for drinking as well. Like, drink smart.
Take us away, Crash.
Okay, we'll do. A little bit. Alright. Who are we going to get on? We'll get on with Cam here. Cam's due for a good start here. All the top 10 on the softs. Looks like quite a bit of the back 10 are on the mediums. But we go out here in Sochi. Get right on board with Cam here as he's trying to get into the run-up into turn 2. Jin's got the inside line on Kenny. Quite a bit of dipping and diving in behind here. We got a good camera angle here. Kenny sends it around the outside on Jin, and Jin gets tapped by Cam, but Cam straightens back out and loses a little bit of his wing. See, Barry seems to be jumping up the grid a little bit. We got a pink Mercedes, a random Sirius there going along the inside line. In behind, Yulmir, that is. But he falls back a little bit. Still back in 9th. Cam holds the spot in 6th. JC moves up. ZGS battling at the back of the pack there. A little bit of a cutoff and forces ZGS off track. But no true time gained here. But Gavney is trying to work himself way back in. And sorry, you were saying?
Held got tagged up really badly in that second corner, so he's now right at the back.
Ooh, that's not going to do good. It's a quick peek.
We know Kenny is fast in 1 lap, but now this is a test if Kenny is fast in over many laps.
Very true, especially with Honda ahead of him. Enrique and Scapney are battling there, and a little bit of taps is going to force it tough on Jacko, but Jacko's going to gain the position with Enrique going wide. Jacko trying to go back to the inside line there, and Enrique's trying to fight back, and a little bit of tap from Enrique, and unfortunately he spins out Jacko, and Jacko goes back down into 19th place. Some unlucky stuff from him there. Kenny, oh, we're getting a little bit of, there we go, server lag there, so the positions are being thrown off a bit there. Kenny's still holding 2nd spot there. Bloxham still in the top 5, doing fairly well, just in behind JC. Mayomir is actually holding on to 3rd right now. Huh.
More server lag as Helg is now leading the race.
It doesn't show that. Helg is 13th on mine.
And it also says lap 3. It's on his 2nd lap.
Interesting. I'm not sure what to make of the positions right now, but what I do know is it looks like Honda and Kenny are 1-2, followed by Mayomir, JC, MX Bloxham, Jinnit, and I believe that's Yulmir. Random Serious. Did Cam pit? I think he did.
Yeah, he did.
So that's Seaberry. Scabney, Pork Chops. Okay, it's fixed. No, it didn't fix myself. ZGS. So big finish right now for Bloxham. He's got the pace to get into the top 10, but just doesn't, or even on podium from time to time, but he just can't find the consistency.
Okay. The server's worked itself out now.
Yeah, it seems to be good on my end as well. Clogmonger actually pit as well.
So Honda's really opened up his gap so far on Kenny, and Mayomir is trying to chase him as JC is also chasing him. And Bloxham is also chasing him.
So still fairly close. Kenny needs to try and
Yulmir right on the back of Jinnit.
I'll switch over to that as we come around the big swooping left-hander of turn 3. But Kenny should try and build that gap to Mayomir as much as possible. But man, Mayomir is showing some crazy pace here today. He's up in the top echelon drivers in Sochi here. Not a driver I would have picked for a podium. Do you reckon he's going to hold it for the rest of this race, or do you think JC's got the answer?
I mean, well, it's still really early in the race, so we'll have to see what happens. Definitely in terms of, I guess, how consistent these drivers can be, as well as how their pit strategy goes.
Taking a quick peek at the detail on position change, it's actually Pork Chops who's gained the most positions, and Yulmir looking at an inside move into 13,
Pork Chop
is
looking to take another one. Looks the inside, doesn't take it. Scabney goes a little wide. Both on the back of Seaberry here, going into the last couple of corners. This Random Serious also finds himself on the back of Yulmir.
Seaberry is going to be under trouble here into turn 1. Scabney's got a really good run out of the final turn, and he's already going to get alongside him.
Goes straight past.
You know, for the viewers out there, they couldn't, feel the spiciness that Pork Chops was bringing into the pre-race chat. but he had a little bit of extra oomph in his messages today. So he might be trying to translate that right over, trying to come in with more of an aggressive mindset this evening.
JC has minor slip up. See if Bloxham can take advantage of that. Random Sirius might have a good run on Yolmir here. Seems to be gaining. Won't be enough. A lot of very intense battles at the moment. You have Bloxham also right on the back of JC now too.
Even all the way back down as there's a move for 16th place. Noganator's right alongside Enrique. Enrique's trying to hold the outside line, but Noganator is able to shoot that line and take 16th place. And Jacko's actually got Helg on the inside line into turn 17.
Bloxham's got a massive run on JC down the main straight.
Jumping onto him.
As he makes the pass quite cleanly. JC is going to fight back around the big swoop being left. A wide line not working for him. Yomio picks up a 3-second. CGS looking to make a move on Pork. He's looking, doesn't decide to do anything.
Hell gets a move on Nikki for 14th place. Now GS trying to get alongside his Pork Chops. He's actually got the pace and he gets the inside line on him. As well as Scavney sends it around the outside and Pork Chops
Pork
late.
deep lunge. Defends it. Defends it really well.
Oh,
as he spins. He's spun out and that's his wing.
Man, as well as Mailmir's into the pit, but if there's any place you want to do it on track, it's probably there. To be completely honest, he's very close to the pit. He's not just past it as you see sometimes where drivers just go past the pit and then crash and have to go all the way around track. Mailmir's first into the pit. We'll take a peek at the compound he's going to switch to, and it's actually going to the hards. Ooh, kind of a different strategy there. Do you think that's the way to go, or did you try and last softs a little longer?
I don't know. You could pull a Kenny.
Speaking of...
Mailmir is also into the pits. Don't know if that's a highly intentional move, but Bloxham currently holds third place now. Random Series got some overspeed, not close enough.
Oh, but a lockup from Yolmir is going to open it up.
I think they slightly touched.
Once again, Yolmir's got the inside line. Random just can't keep it close. He's nearly alongside him there, right tight in the gearbox. ZGS gets an overtake on Seaberry. Seaberry's trying to battle back on that same turn just a second ago, but he
ZGS, I believe, just got the pace on Seaberry at some point as well.
Yeah, that's just the follow. That's just the battle I was following there.
Excuse me for a moment.
Seaberry's trying to get a run into turn 1 or 2 on ZGS, but nothing going there. Mailmir overtakes his teammate, Enrique. Cat moves up a position as he's 4 laps deep on those hards. He's just going to try and do as much as he can to make this last out. Random Serious is still just tucked in behind Yolmir, may be able to get a move into turn 13. But I'm just gonna say it again. I don't know. This track is just fun to race. Oh no, Random Serious. He's lucky to not completely DNF there, as he went into that wall fairly sharp, and a wing is gone, and a pit is going to be needed for Random Serious. He's gonna lose time, but not too much. Oh, who do we have? I think that's Enrique we have off in turn 1 there. I believe so. Does he have much of his wing? He's got some damage to the left side. Maybe something he's going to be able to stay out on. Random Serious seems to have lost about 5.5 seconds here. Into the pit he goes. ZGS now looking to get a move on Scavney, trying to get into the top 7 here. Scavney's got the straight line speed though, but ZGS has the DRS. Scavney's just been able to hold him off here, and it doesn't look like ZGS is going to be able to make a move there into turn 2, so lovely stuff by Scavney, but now he's going to have to try and do something here. It's a big looping left-handing turn coming into turn 4 on the right-hander, and ZGS takes a peek at the inside line, but nothing is going there. Kenny picks up a penalty, as well as Bloxham has actually caught Kenny here. Jinnit also just outside of JC, as well as JC just gets inside DRS as well. So Kenny is now 8 seconds back of Honda, as Honda is taking this race by the scruff of the neck. Penalty to C. Berry there. He's got one Renault right now in the top 10. Jacko's worked himself back into the top 10, so solid stuff from him. He's racing a very good race so far, starting to the back of the pack, as well as getting spun out earlier in the race. Said yes, he's gonna get alongside Scavney. Scavney's gonna try and defend, and Scavney does a good job of defending on the inside line. And now Jacko is right in behind, and Seaberry is under fire from Jacko here. Jacko sideline. Seaberry gives him a little bit of room, and Jacko's still going to hold back into 10th, but may think about a move into turn 17, but he's actually into the pit. Oh, Jinnit actually gets JC for 3rd place. And now Jinnit's going to try and catch. Actually, Kenny's into the pit, going onto medium, so he's the first one to blink. Maybe going for the undercut here.
I'll tell you what. Those chips are good.
Okay. Yeah, I think everyone can hear them. Are they thick cut? Are they thick cut fries, or are they?
I sent it to chat. Have a look.
Oh my god. Oh Christ. That's a burger and a half. Now,
it's delicious.
I saw this argument today on Twitter of...
That's a good start to the story.
Yeah. I saw this argument today on Twitter. This was about potato chips and whatnot, okay? So, it was... One person posted thick-cut French fries as chips, thin-cut French fries as fries, and then potato chips as crisps. What do you guys call them in Australia?
Chips.
Just everything's chips. They're all chips.
Everything is chips.
Chips
Why
is everything.
discriminate?
Yeah, true. I mean, but is there not confusion? What if there's a table of all 3 of them and you say pass the chips? What are you gonna get?
Just give me some chips. Just give me some chips. Or you can specify hot chips.
Okay, what are hot chips?
Well, not potato chips, as in like crisps. Because you'd think the fries in like the thick cut would be hot chips, right?
No.
Well, don't you think chips should be hot?
When I think hot chips, I think spicy potato chips.
No. We prefer... like thick cut and like fries or whatever.
Yeah.
We say they're hot chips.
What? Just call them wedges.
Oh yeah, you do say wedges. We do say wedges a little bit.
Yeah, they're wedges.
Pass me the wedges.
Yeah.
That's a fair statement.
Yeah. See, in my mind, it's wedges, French fries, and chips. That's it. It's just keep it simple.
What's French about them though?
I don't know. I met some French dude made them. There you go. You see the pit strategy is open for the mediums. Kenny is in one lap early, as well as Jacko is in an early lap as well. MX Blocksman and Yolmir now into the pit, both throwing on the mediums, I imagine. MX Blocksman for sure as well. There we go. We get the confirmation that Yolmir is held into the pit on those 10-lap old softs. So we'll have to see who else is going to come in. Maybe Noganator sometime soon here. But Honda's still yet to pit. 12.5 seconds separate him and Jinnit. Jinnit with the penalty as well. JC sitting 2 seconds back of Jinnit in 3rd place. Battle right now is for 4th place with Scavney and ZGS. Scavney's trying to decrease that gap, as though mediums should have a little bit quicker of a way around track now than the softs, as those softs are really starting to fall off.
Jacko getting chased by random series as well. Yelmir also tracking down Noganator.
Yeah, see, now one person, like, I don't agree with wedges being called steak fries. Steak fries. Have you ever heard that term?
Yes, I do understand that.
I
get it.
I think that's weak. Yolmir's right alongside
As Australians, refer to everything as chips, but if people need more clarification, then we give it to them. But we more say like, oh, if it's like crisps, we say, oh, it's bagged chips.
Yeah.
Or if it's like the thin ones, we just say it's like, oh, shoestring, or like just like the thin chips.
Oh,
or,
the hickory sticks.
I don't know, whatever, like Macca's fries.
Yeah, they have like only like 2 brands here, but I just call them hickory sticks because that's the only brand that I know. Those are
just
good.
Call them like just thin chips, or if it's like.
Those are like unbelievably salty though.
Sometimes.
Oh, Random Series might be able to make a move in turn 2. He's going to get right along. Oh no, almost gets along Jacko here, but Jacko's able to defend.
The biggest argument in Australia in terms of chips is Macca's chips versus KFC chips versus Hungry Jack's chips versus Schnitz chips. And I think there's one more that's supposed to be a comparison.
That's just French fries, right?
What? No, they're all different chips.
Like potato chip brands?
No, what? KFC is a potato chip brand, you reckon? Oh wait, do you guys have No. Do you guys have KFC? Of course you do, surely.
Kentucky Fried Chicken?
Yeah.
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 We're closer to Kentucky than you are.
True. The chicken's still finger looking good.
Yeah.
Hungry Jack's is our version of Burger King. The exact same. They both have a like the Whopper.
Oh. Yeah, I'm not a Burger King guy.
Then Schnitz is like a it's like a schnitzel and wrap place.
Ooh. Hannah, are you still here? Wait for your response there, Hannah. Hopefully you are. Hopefully she didn't take our advice and get into the wine.
If she has, she's had one glass and passed out.
Yeah, yeah, she's gone. Now, I've found... Oh, she is here. Okay. Oh, what was I gonna ask? Oh, Hannah, do you know what a donaire is? Do you guys have donaires where you guys are from? I was talking to Stat about this earlier. Now... Oh, shoot. Okay, here we go. I found it again. So now there's this one potato chip brand that my lovely lady turned me on to, and she was in love with the barbecue. There's no idea what a donaire is? Oh my goodness. Okay, 1 second, Hannah. Let me finish this and I'll get onto that. And she loved this barbecue, and it was like the healthy kettle cooked chips. Like, those are pretty good, hey? Like, you've had those.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So ZGS as well into the pit. Now Honda back in first place, Gavney in second, Seaberry in third, but he's actually getting fairly close. Jinnit to win it as well, getting real close. Seaberry's going to try and work on a move into the inside line. He already gets a position. Now Jinnit as well is going to try and work on the inside move. Gets that done as well. A lockup from Seaberry is going to hold up the other drivers. Now Gavney goes for a little bit of switchback in pooping turn 3 as Jinnit. But Jinnit, after getting with the other two drivers ahead on the very old medium, so he's going to want to try and overtake as soon as possible. But potato chips, like kettle cooked salt and pepper potato chip.
Just
like,
salt and pepper it is?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Scavney makes a move for Seaberry as well, just after the back straight.
Ooh, Jinnit does a lovely little switchback.
Jinnit does a switch move. Ooh, a little bit of rubbing. Scavney comes into the pits now.
Seaberry is going to stay out, so we're going to really see the difference between the undercut here. So, cracked pepper chips. Have Miss Vicky's there? You have Miss Vicky's chips?
No.
Oh, okay. So, Hannah, do you guys have Miss Vicky's there? Miss Vicky's chips, you know? Mailmere as well gets a pass on Nikki, and looks like Cam and him got into it a little bit there. Cam's going to overtake for 9th place as he's trying to work himself back up the order here. But so Miss Vicky's it's a popular chip brand where I'm from. I don't know if it's in the States as well. But the big thing about Miss Vicky's is this Miss Vicky's salt and vinegar chips. But I am in the minority. I don't think so. Okay, I'm in the minority, and I say I don't like salt and vinegar chips. I don't like the confusing sensation of getting your mouth absolutely torched by vinegar.
I would like to announce this is my last races commentator here.
What?
I cannot share the booth with a non-salt and vinegar lover.
Oh, shut the hell up, dude. Like, I don't know how you guys like that feeling. Your mouth.
How do you not?
Your mouth's getting absolutely charred. You can feel you losing taste buds. Oh,
what? And those spicy chips are better?
Yes, because you can actually taste the spice. There's difference in spiciness. Just because it's spicy doesn't mean it has flavor. Vinegar doesn't have flavor. It's just vinegar, and it's just like it just burns your mouth.
I respectfully disagree.
I can't, man. Like, Kenny gets overtaken by Yolmir, actually. As Kenny tries to get back alongside him on the outside line here, the swooping left-hander. Tries to send it all the way around the outside, but Yolmir's got the cheaper way around track and takes back 5th place. Okay, whatever. Besides the point, I like salt and pepper, okay? Salt and pepper is better than salt and vinegar. Okay, Hannah, back to donaires, okay? I explained this to Stat earlier. So donaires is a Middle Eastern food with a pita is the main, like, kind of shell of it. And what it is that the pita is filled with meat and veggies and souvlaki and feta cheese or cheddar cheese or whatever cheese that you want. And the way that the meat is done so specifically and different, and what makes it so good, is that they pre-marinate little thin slices of meat in sauce, and then they throw it all on a skewer, a giant, like, 3 to 4 foot long skewer, and make this big giant tower pyramid of meat. and then they slow roast it in a rotisserie. And as the juices come off, then they baste it with the juices until the meat is cooked. It is so good. So good. Because just basting stuff. Just makes food so much better. But donairs, if you ever have an opportunity, try them. They're delicious. That's Crash's food rant for the day.
Not sponsored.
Not yet. It is so good. If you would like to, if any food place wants to sponsor the place, we'll happily eat it. Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about food all day. But man, Bloxham's having a killer race here, though. He's found himself in the 3rd place. He's the only one other than Honda in the top 8 without a penalty. So he's sitting fairly pretty here. Helg as well getting a penalty. It's only 3 drivers in the top 10 without a penalty.
Yeah, Jacko finding himself in a really good state at the moment. Because he started in last, he doesn't get hardest charger, but he's done some great work already so far in this race.
Completely agree. Unfortunately, my game froze in the middle of Div 2 race and I only got 10 laps of it. Ouch. That blows. So it doesn't look like we're going to have the Div 2 broadcast. Ooh, Jacko picks up a penalty as well. So that's going to change things. So 3 seconds separates Jacko and Helg. 8 seconds of penalties to Cam, so he's going to drop down the order after this is all said and done. 3 seconds to Maomir, 6 to Yelmir as well as Kenny. And once again, Bloxham with no penalties in 3rd place, 3 to JC, and 6 to Yelmir, like I said before. But Seji S gets overtaken by Scabney for 11th place here.
Strong battle for 7th here between Maomir, Cam, and Jacko.
Cam's done a really good job after that unfortunate incident early on those hards, just making them last. He's still got 9 laps to go, so it's not quite done here, but it's in his best interest to try and overtake Maomir as soon as possible and then stick Jacko 1 car behind him, because Jacko's probably licking his chops right now trying to get an overtake on Cam as well. I think Cam's going to be able to line something up into turn 2 here. Looking at his ERS, he's got around 90% to deploy, and Maomir's scraping the bottom of the barrel with 20, so Cam's sitting fairly pretty right now.
Jacko just a few mistakes into that left-right. Cam really going for a launch here. He seems to have got the overspeed now. Ooh! I don't know if it was just me, but it looked like they almost clashed.
No, it was a pretty good avoidance. According to the Discord, the majority of Div 2 is having problems with the lobby.
Ah.
Uh-oh. Well then, the stewards are going to have a fun time there. Scavney's trying to work on Helg here, being on the far fresher softs. He's going to want to try and get this move done fairly quick so he can increase that gap between himself and to Helg. Maybe mute a little bit when you're chewing there, partner. As Jacko gets alongside Maomir and gets the move done as well, so now Cam is a second ahead of Jacko, but that gap may seemingly decrease here, but Jacko is starting to get on some pretty old mediums here, so that battle is just going to be kind of done on tires alone. Alright, can I get something off my chest here, Stat?
Go for it.
So you know that move, that iconic move that has been labeled so of George Russell overtaking Bottas at the Sakir Grand Prix?
Yes.
Now, it was a good move, but I think it's overhyped. Because if you remember,
it's just a move.
Yeah, well, if you remember as well, Bottas was on old hards, and George Russell was on fresh mediums.
Still good on the young bloke.
It's a good. I mean, but it's like, come on. I mean, it was just a decent move. I mean, the difference in tires alone, it just makes it so, like, Bottas virtually had no chance. Russell could have done it anywhere on track. But Yulmir's looking to get into the top 4 now. He's right in behind and beside JC now. He's got the outside line. JC goes to defend, but Yulmir tries to stick it as he's got the inside line as well. And now they're side by side going through sector 3 here, and Yulmir pulls out ahead, and JC's got to concede the position. Back down into 5th he goes. But Yulmir actually has 6 seconds worth of penalties, and JC is going to get DRS fairly quickly here.
Now, I have something to propose.
Ooh, Helg. What happened to Helg? Helg crashed out.
One
second, I'm just
get on board with Nicky.
Yeah, I am as well, and there he is in the wall.
He's crashed out on the backside. That's highly unusual.
He finds a way. Okay, your proposal. Rest in peace, Helg.
I propose there is a longer break at the end of the season.
Between seasons?
Yes.
Why is that?
Because how many weeks off do we have after season 1?
Usually I think we do 2.
We had 2 weeks, right? How many weeks long is the season?
16.
16 weeks. Not including other little breaks we have in between for holidays, right?
I don't think we'll have any holiday breaks for season 3.
But my thinking is, one of the other leagues I'm in, 10 race season, or admittedly there's not as many tracks there as there are in F1, but they had like a month and a bit off, just so people didn't like break down with all the mass amounts of races. I think that's somewhat of a good idea to be done here at the end of the season.
Well, they're only
We've
racing.
had 2 full seasons, but like the thing is, right?
Yeah, but if
a ton of work gets put into the league, I think everyone just needs more than 2 weeks off.
Well, we have a break week coming up here.
Yeah. But just in general, just at the end of the season, instead of having 2 weeks off, maybe have 4 weeks off.
Now,
just so people don't get burnt out.
Now,
and to make sure all the admins get like a break off as well.
Okay,
all the commentary, because you do commentary 3 nights a week.
Yeah.
Imagine having a month to yourself for a bit. And I'm sure the drivers will be happy with it, and I'm sure they'll have other leagues to play as well. So it's not like all their F1 driving stops all of a sudden.
I mean, yeah. I think
we should really have a podcast.
I think 2 weeks is the way to go. Still.
I mean, I feel like it should just be a little bit more.
But now on the viewership side of things, when we took our break going from season 1 into season 2, we lost a lot of our average viewers, a lot of our outside viewers. And we haven't really gained them back, because at one point there we were averaging 20 viewers a stream. Now, even today, and Thursdays are usually our busy day. Last week, to be fair, was a pretty decent one where I think we averaged 12. But tonight alone, we've only got 9. Looks like Kenny's into the pits again. Is he going for fastest lap again? He is. I'm not sure what is up with that point fastest lap, but he wasn't too far off from a podium there.
Anyway,
But
like even though we lost that, it's not as if not much is going to change again. It's not like we've gained them back, kind of thing. If you get what I mean. There might have been some casual viewers, but if they want to view it, they can. If they don't want it. Can we just hold on? Can we just appreciate the fact that everyone on the grid except 2 drivers have penalties?
is that something to appreciate? I guess if you're the only driver without penalties.
That's not something to appreciate, but like, it's funny seeing the entire right, almost the entire right side of that leaderboard being covered in black and white flags.
Exactly that, and overtake is done by C. Barry on ZGS. How's the burger stat?
It's going quite well, actually. I've had to take a break because it's just so good.
But we've had a fairly tight race this entire Grand Prix here, and this is kind of the first time in the entire race where like this whole thing is like opened up and there's only one battle seemingly. So only 2 drivers are within a second of each other. Everyone else is fairly separated here. Where's Kenny? Is this Kenny's hot lap yet? I don't think so. Yes, it is, as he goes purple through Sector 1. Oh, Enrique, no! Oh! On board with Kenny, Enrique gets too heavy on the throttle out of the final turn of turn 17 there and smokes the wall, and that's our second driver out here. Damn, seems like Div 2 is an absolute shit show right now.
Oh god.
Oh my. Well, JC's trying to get into the top 4 there. I think the penalty to Yolmir is going to make him move up into it anyway, but we've got 2 full laps here to go. Honda has led this entire thing from beginning to end. Jinnit is in trouble, actually, to not even hold on to a podium. Right now, it's actually going to finish with MX moving up into second, and then JC moving up into third, with the penalties to be handed out. So MX has had a much needed quality race, Something that he's got in him, but just never seems to just let it loose from time to time. Barry's trying to hunt down Random Serious, as well as JC's trying to hunt down the Haas of Scavney. Honda starts the final lap. Around turn 2 he goes. Trying to catch up on to Noganator, I think that is, in the pink Mercedes. This is going to get real interesting the way this finishes. Janet's got 15 seconds worth of penalties, so he's going to fall out of the podium. He actually may even fall down into... He should fall down into only 5th with the penalties that Cam has. Cam is well trying to hold off Jacko. Hardest Charger, as it stands, would finish with Scavney. We'll have to see how it finishes, actually, because there's a lot of moves still to be done with penalties. But Kenny's got Seaberry on the inside line into turn 1. A little bit of a tap from Seaberry as they go through, and Kenny has to take the shortcut through the turn to hold on to turn 11 as the tap forced him past.
Thunder now comes over the line and is your winner of the Russian Grand Prix here in Midwest. Now we eagerly wait the rest of the field.
Nicky picking up a late 3-second time penalty, so we'll have to see if that changes his finish up too much. Oh, and... Oh!
Jinnick comes over.
Yolmir's out of fuel.
Oh no.
As he's babying it across the line here.
So, Bloxham goes over, JC goes over, Yolmir won't, Cam won't. Falk and Clog finish, Jacko stays with his for now. He'll stay, Scavney, Kenny, Random, Seaberry. And Nicky and Noganator now. But,
actually, wasn't that much position changes as I thought there'd be.
It's just Jinnit losing 2 places at the end. So Bloxham picks up a very impressive 2nd place here in the Russian Grand Prix.
And
one of his best finishes in Midwest today.
Yeah, he's really...
JC also picking up an important podium for Ferrari as they continue to lead the front of the pack. Jacko and Cam making a good fight from their starts. Cracking race.
Scavney as well picking up the hardest charger.
Hardest charger? Awesome.
There he goes. Just what ZGS said. Good day for Red Bull. It is a much needed good day. There you can see the podium once again. Honda up at the top, followed by MX Bloxham as well as JC getting another podium this season. So solid stuff from all three. Honda somewhat in a race of his own the entire Grand Prix. Jinnick getting a well-raced 4th position. Yolmir coming over in 5th. Cam coming 6th. Jacko going 19th to 7th. Solid stuff from him today, even after getting spun out for a little bit there. Maybe a little higher finish. Wasn't the cards, but 7th place still very respectable. 8th from Mailmere, 9th from Scavney, 10th from ZGS, 11th place from Kenny as he goes 3rd to 11th in the race. Not what he wanted. Random Serious in 12th, Seaberry in 13th, Nicky in 14th, Noganator 15th, Pork Chops in 16th, Clogmonger 17th, and DNFs from Enrique as well as Helg. So, some solid racing today. Russia did not disappoint. It is a fun track in this game. It just really is. I'm just a big fan of this this track, and hopefully we can get these drivers in pretty quick. We're trying to get Scavney, Bloxham, JC, as well as Honda. Who's your driver of the day today?
Good question. I think Bloxham. Bloxham's put in an impressive day today.
I agree. I mean, it'd be hard not to give it to Jacko, but with how well Bloxham did, I think you got to give it to him. Although a very honorable mention to Jacko, as Jacko did a very solid job working his way up the
fighting from having the qualifying ban. That's very impressive for Jacko as well.
But it's just it was MX Bloxham's day going second. It was very impressive what he was able to put on today. He was able to strap up those racing gloves and give her shit, and that's exactly what he did.
Now we are just waiting on our interviewees to come in.
Did any of them even confirm? Oh, there's one.
There's one.
Hey man, how's it going?
Do we get Scavney in here too?
JC? Yeah, I've messaged Scavney. Okay. Come on. Bloxham, man, what did you have for dinner? What? Going crazy
maybe that's what works.
Yeah. It's a fun track. I mean, I don't know why it's so much fun in this game and when it's so boring in real life. Oh, weird. Well, there you go.
Now I'm just trying to get Scavney in here. So Crash, is Scavney and Bloxham hardest charger? Is that how it works? Crash? Crash? It's in New York, Crash.
Hey, sorry.
Is it Bloxham and Scavney who got hardest charger?
No, Scavney took it with 6 places.
Just Scavney?
Gained. Yeah.
Okay.
Bloxham, I believe, had 4.
Okay, awesome. We're just waiting on Honda to see if he shows.
He responded.
Okay, he can't.
Okay, no worries. But I guess we'll start it with Bloxham. Take it away there, Stat.
Bloxham picks up P2 here in Russia. Definitely one of his best performances in Midwest to date, and pulls some very needed points for Red Bull today. How do you think your race went? Gin it? Yeah, definitely. Was there a particular pit strategy you were trying to put in, or was it just coming down to staying clean and because there was a moment for a bit you were one of only 3 people in the top 10 who didn't have penalties at one point. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. That's all you can do, and it's definitely paid off today, so congratulations on the P2 finish. We'll now move on to our 3rd place finisher in JHC 1. Not JC technically, but we like to call him JC anyway. Finishing 3rd here, great performance for you, one of your best finishes so far this year. And picks up some important points of Ferrari, trying to extend their lead out front, especially with McLaren losing one of their drivers today. So yeah, how do you think your race went today?
Yeah, probably overperformed, to be honest. I was sweating. I mean, Bloxham was super fast, and then Yol got past me too, and then I think he ended up running out of fuel on the last lap, like right at the second to last corner there. So I was able to get him, but it was a fun race overall. I felt like there was a lot of drivers that were on the pace, and so really had to put in the laps to kind of remain consistent. And in terms of the team, yeah, definitely good points and more than we could ask for. So yeah, I feel pretty good about it.
Yeah, definitely good stuff. And yeah, it was quite exciting watching that kind of front pack race all evening, as Honda just took the race himself. But I think from him back to maybe 8th, 9th, 10th, just battles everywhere, and it was just really impressive. So to finish P3 in the end after jumping over Jinnit at the line, yeah, very impressive, and can't wait to see you next week.
Thanks. Cheers.
Before we get to Scavney, we actually missed out on Bloxham because his settings weren't correct, and we hadn't known. But thanks to Porkchop for picking that up for us. Before we'll go to Scavney and then come back to Bloxham. But we might just, Scavney, just double check that your settings, that it's on like share audio in the party.
Yep, we're good.
Okay, awesome. So Scavney, really important performance for you, picking up some good points for Haas, and obviously the extra little point for hardest charger in the race, picking up, I believe it was a net 6 places. So yeah, how do you think your race went today?
I mean, it was an absolutely dreadful qualifying. I invalidated my first 4 laps, but you know, made up the places in the race. Just nothing too crazy, just a strategy drive, medium soft. But I'm very happy with the result coming from P15.
Yeah, and since joining Div 1, have you made good friends with Yolmir, and how's your communication going so far in the season?
I mean, it's been kind of quiet. There's been a little bit of talk here and there, but something I think we could work on for the rest of the season.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, congrats on the extra point, and a great race from you today. Can't wait to see you next week.
Thanks.
So we'll come back to Bloxham just briefly. Well, we would have our 4th person, but Honda isn't here, so Bloxham can just explain it all again. I'm sure he's happy to. So.
You know, started the race, I noticed we all really kept it really clean. You know, turn 1, 2, and 3 up there, and I kind of figured we would because most everybody that was up there, you know, is usually very clean at everything. So it was kind of nice to make it through 1 and 2 and 3 without any issue, and actually get to the first lap on this track without a safety car. And again, I tried to just be as smooth as I could, just tried to keep it within the lines, don't get penalties. Just tried to be smooth, and it definitely paid off. You know, when I seen Ginnett had so many penalties, at that point it wasn't even worth trying to catch him. Just try to keep him within that time limit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so definitely a smart drive, and it's definitely paid off as one of your better tracks here. So yeah, can't wait to see you next week. Crash, do we know next week's track?
Yeah. It's
We do?
Zandvoort,
Van Voort. Netherlands. We go to the Netherlands, people.
where it all kicked off in MidWest.
The Orange
Another one
Army.
of my faves.
Yeah. The Orange
So
Army.
Bloxham is ready to go for the Orange Army here. So thank you everyone for the interviews. Thank you to everyone watching. It's been a terrific race here. One of the more exciting ones so far. Definitely one of the races of the year, I believe. Lots of exciting battles going on, and can't wait for next week in the Netherlands. So Crash, take it away.
Yeah, like you just said, it was one of the more exciting races. There was one moment there where we kind of just picked up that there was at least one battle going on every lap until about lap 25 when it kind of all settled down. But it was just there's just something going on through the entire Grand Prix. So it was a very exciting race, and a couple of solid finishes from the drivers that we got in the interviews today. And once again, congratulations to those. But that will be it for us here tonight in Russia. It's Sochi Grand Prix, Sochi Autodrome, actually. One of my favorite tracks, like I said, and we're going to go on to Zandvoort, so a very exciting couple of good tracks back to back. So be sure to tune into that. Be sure to tune as well into tomorrow night as we go live once again from 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern. Oh, piss. 12:30 in Australia?
1:30.
1:30, Christ. Okay, 1:30 in Australia next day, so if you got nothing to do, come and hang out with us, watch some Formula One. It's very exciting. But we are starting to kind of bring it to an end here in this season 2 as it's kind of blown by. There's only 6 races left to go, so a lot of drivers in the bottom of the field are going to start feeling the pressure, as well as Bloxham was up until this race, so he's going to be able to separate himself from the pack a little bit there. So good stuff from him, and it's going to be tight from here on out. So enjoy the rest of your Thursday night or Friday afternoon if you're in Australia. Thank you once again for tuning in. We will hope to see you tomorrow night.